audiences on online media, they are being exploited by the big American big tech companies like Facebook, Google, YouTube. They are receiving all the revenues. We are like small tenancy farmers. The legacy media are like the old zamindars. The YouTube, the Facebook, the American big tech companies, they are like the global zamindars. You know. To begin with, I am very deeply honored on behalf of the Wire that the Madhyamam Journalists Union has chosen the Wire to confer this very important award in the name of N. Rajesh, who passed away 5 years ago. And I'm personally very touched that this award is coming from a journalists working journalists union, Madhyamam Working Journalists Union. It's very rare that you get such awards from peers, and I'm also very impressed that the Working Journalists Union in Kerala is so it's quite strong, and it has there's a very strong community feeling among working journalists in Kerala. I was telling Venkatesh and also telling Feroz Khan that this is missing in North India. Our journalists unions, or even in the West, Bombay, Delhi, I've seen many journalists unions working there, but they don't have this level of commitment to the profession and to each other. To each other is very important. That fraternity, to nurture a fraternity is an important. It's an important thing to do. So thank you, Madhyamam, for giving us this award. And I'll just say a few words on how Wire, we started the Wire and how it evolved, and then I'll conclude my speech. So we, in 2015, 1 year after the Modi government came to power, three of us, Siddharth Vardarajan, me, and our third partner, Siddharth Bhatia, we were all part of the legacy media, print journalism. We worked in different newspapers. I was executive editor at the Hindu with Siddharth. Siddharth was a chief editor in the same paper, Hindu, but based in Chennai. Hindu is a Chennai paper. But I was looking after, as executive editor, I was looking after the North Indian editions of Hindu. Before that, I worked as editor in Financial Express, Indian Express. I used to write a column in Indian Express, etc. And my third partner, Siddharth Bhatia, had also worked for various newspapers. And I tell people that between the three of us, we had nearly 100 years of experience in legacy media. So it was a big change for us in 2015 to launch an online media platform, because we were essentially like Venki also knows, he's also been a print journalist. We used to think print, and for us to do a transition from print to online, especially in circumstances that existed after 2014, when Modi government came to power. It has been a great learning experience. I mean, we are still learning multimedia. I'm not saying that we know everything about this whole online media. We are still trying to understand it, because traditional media was taken to the reader in a certain way, certain format. But online media is a different animal altogether. Because our main way to get to our audiences is through the social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Google. So it's a different world altogether, if you ask me. I mean, here we have editors sitting here. We have Madhyamam editor who spoke to you. He was asking me, what is the? I was sitting with him and asking me, how is the print media doing? You know, is it going down? Is online doing much better? Are there more views on online? So it's very complex. You know, Venki spoke about the traditional media houses, Times of India, the big ones, you know, Hindustan Times. They're all grappling with this big shift that is happening to online. But the you know the contradiction is all these legacy groups, they are still making money from print. They are not making money from online. There's a reason for the audiences have shifted to online. Like millions of all the big papers, even Manorama and Mathrubhumi, the legacy papers, their audiences have are now viewership, readership coming from online, but their revenues are coming from print. Now you may ask why? Because all the audiences on online media, they are being exploited by the big American big tech companies like Facebook, Google, YouTube. They are receiving all the revenues because all your content is going on their platform, and that's how it is getting, you know, distributed. It is going to your billions of audiences. So the social media platforms, they take 80% of the advertising revenue that comes on their platform. They only give 20% to the content creator. All our online media, they are more like you know, tenancy farmers. You know, we internet is a big space, and we use that space to do our journalism, to speak truth to power. We are like small tenancy farmers. The legacy media are like the old zamindars because they are legacy media. But I call the big tech, the YouTube, the Facebook, the American big tech companies who are the distributors of all our content. They are like the global zamindars, you know, 100-pound gorillas who on whose strength, distribution strength, we all survive. Small online media also, we survive on that. So now if you look at the global media, internet based, so these are the three layers. So there are 5-6 big tech companies like Facebook, as I said, YouTube, Google, etc. And they are the main platforms through which we distribute. Like we are at the second level, all the big national legacy media, and we at the bottom, we are like the small, as I said, small tenancy farmers. And it's being small. The heartening thing is being small has not deterred us from making our presence felt and making a big name for ourselves and big brand name for ourselves. Not just Wire, there are others also. As John said, individuals like Dhruv Rathi, you know, Ravish Kumar, you know, Scroll. There are any number of small online media, and I would say we have, you know, the biggest achievement for us is that in the last 10 years we have received so much recognition for the work we do and affection from our readers. You know, as I said, I've worked 40 years in legacy media. I had never experienced people coming to me at airports and public places and telling me, "Thank you for giving us the Wire." You know, you're really giving us the truth. You know, at a time when a lot of media has become politically embedded with the ruling party. So this affection that in the last 10 years, what the response that we've got from people, we have not experienced this in the previous 30 years when we were editors of bigger papers. You know, so this is the difference. And although, as John said, we work on very not earning. We're all earning. All three of us. We are earning less than a third. I think 1/5 of what we used to earn in bigger papers. But and all our journalists with us, they are also very committed. So we tell journalists when they come to us that we cannot pay market salaries. If you're coming to us, you're coming out of commitment. And we still have about 35 journalists who are working on that sort of a contract. I mean, understanding that you have to work at below market salary, and the only achievement for us is that we have created a space for what Gopi was suggesting, speaking the truth again and again and again. So Gopi gave me a very nice term, escalating truth, because in the last 10 years, what we have experienced is that there is a complete divorce of a narrative has been created in this country which is devoid of facts. There is a narrative which has no facts, and the narrative has become an independent kind of this thing in itself. So we as small online media, we keep throwing facts. So we have to keep saying the truth. We have to keep. So the regime may say, the government may say that Operation Sindoor was a great success. So we have to keep saying, giving facts, and part of the facts are what the army guys are saying. What the army guy who said in Indonesia, we reported it, saying that we lost aircrafts. So the narrative is that we won the war, but the real facts are something else. Similarly, demonetization, the narrative is that's a big reform, and you keep throwing facts, ground up reporting on the effects of demonetization on our society, which has been devastating. The narrative is that fastest growing economy, employment is soaring, and the government will daily put out, through their, whatever amplifiers, IT cell. So you have to keep countering the narrative, Similarly, on Hindu-Muslim question, the narrative is that, as Mr. Bhagwat in his Vijayadashmi Dashera speech said, we believe in complete harmony in society. So Mr. Bhagwat said, if there is harmony in society, this is what he said. If there is harmony in society, then you won't need a government. You don't need political parties. And then he said, you don't even need an avatar. So he was actually he was making fun of Modi, because Modi had stated that he's an avatar. He told in an interview, he had told a TV journalist that he is a non-biological being. He wasn't born of his mother. So you have to. So this is what we've done in 10 years. We just kept escalating, again to use Gopi's term, kept escalating the truth, kept throwing facts again and again, because the other side is throwing false narratives again and again. So you have to counter it. So I often tell people, I quote George Orwell, who has this famous line. He said that in an age of universal deceit, speaking simple truths become the revolutionary act. So for me, it's a new experience in journalism. The way in the last, especially 10 years, the way false narratives through WhatsApp University and through the IT cell of the ruling party, the way it has been used to spread all kinds of false narratives. So all we did in the last 10 years is just fact check. Keep throwing facts. Speak the truth. Frankly, we have not done any great investigative journalism, but but as Orwell said, speaking simple truths has become a revolutionary act, and this is what the wire has done. And I'm happy that we have built a large base of supporters, audiences, many of whom are here also, and that's the reason why we've got this Rajesh Award, and I'm very happy about it. And again, I'll just end by saying that we will continue doing this, although we are the small online media work on very tight finances. Venki also making an effort. He also understands. It's a challenge. Every month after month, it's a challenge. Sometimes we don't have enough to pay salary, so we do a special drive, donation drive, etc. We do all that. But I'll just end by saying that this countering of false narrative has become a single purpose for our kind of journalism, and it has, to a large extent, it has also succeeded, because in 2024 elections, the Member of Parliament Mahua Moitra from Bengal, from TMC, Trinamool Congress, and many other MPs, they actually came out and conceded that a lot of audiences had shifted from mainstream TV channels to online media to know the truth during the 2024 Lok Sabha election. And the results could be seen, because the narrative at that time, if you all remember, was that 400 par, 400 plus, Modi is going to get 400 plus, 400 plus. Finally, he fell to 240. My belief is that he would have fallen to less than 200, because a lot of, now it is coming out, documented proof of voter list manipulation has happened in a lot of places. And in UP, which is their, which is their, what they call the fortress, political fortress, the big laboratory of Hindutva, they fell to, some 33 seats, when out of 80 they were claiming that they'll get 70 plus. So this, why did this happen? So a lot of members of parliament, they say that online media did play a big role in taking, facts to the people, in transmitting the truth. So this, I would say, at the end of the day, this is our objective. We'll continue doing that, and in the end, I'll just end by quoting a famous political scientist called Hannah Arendt, German political scientist who had studied fascism. So she said that the target of fascism is not the convinced Nazi or the convinced communist, because they know their positions. The convinced Nazis with the fascists, the convinced communists is against the fascists. It's the large number of people in the middle who are the targets of fascism, because fascism tries to build narratives in such a way that this large number of people in the middle, they forget the ability to sift truth from fiction, fact from fiction. So they reach a point where they don't know what is a fact. So they just stop believing in anything. So our basic job as media is to keep escalating the truth, so that citizens can make an informed choice in our democracy. That's the only way we can survive as a society.